And what is going on, everyone? And welcome to this very special Friday of the Houston Texans on the Bleacher Report app. I am one part of your show, Ruben Cavillo. You can find me on YouTube, 713 Houston Sportcast. My co host, Harley Dugan, Astros, Texans, Rockets at TheLead _ Houston. We do it all for you guys. How you feeling, buddy? Last time you were sick, you feeling better?
I'm feeling a little bit better, but stuff notes still um, powering through.
Stuff knows has to be the absolute worst. Well, Harley, today was very special. Well, actually, before we get in today, there was some news, I believe, yesterday of the Carolina Panthers and former number one overall pick by the Houston Texans, Jadeveon Clowney. Well, they are releasing him, and he is now a pending free agent. Now, the question that surrounded Houston Texans Twitter immediately: do you bring back Clowney? Now, I don't know about you, Harley, but Clowney to me, I always had a love for. Like, you know how on Twitter and TikTok they have those posts that said, "What is one athlete that you would defend, with your life?" That was
Mhm.
Jadeveon Clowney for me. And I
Okay.
was screaming, take him number one overall out of South Carolina. Um, you know, Unfortunately, we know how his career started. He getting injured in that Week 1 game against the Washington then called the Redskins.
Mhm.
But I think Clowney, over the course of his career, man, put together a very nice career where maybe he wasn't a Pro Bowler, but he was a fringe Pro Bowl guy, giving you not 10, but 9.5 sacks every single year and dominant against the run. Texans traded Clowney at the end of the day to the Seattle Seahawks, and that was the end of their experiment there. But Harley, if you had the opportunity, would you bring back Jadavion?
Man, I know that's been the question around Texans Twitter, and immediately I was like, man, I don't know. Where's he gonna fit? Where is he gonna play?
Yeah.
There's so much depth on the defensive line. You signed a few guys as well. And when I was doing my video on him, I was like, yeah, that's all true. But damn it, good teams continue to add good players.
Oh,
Jadeveon Clowney is a good player.
oh.
And the Houston Texans, 2 years ago, when he was a free agent, D'Amico Ryans was introduced as head coach. You just drafted Will Anderson, CJ Stroud. D'Amico was asked about Jadeveon Clowney's free agency and him being available still. And D'Amico said really nothing about Jadeveon.
Oh.
He just said, we explore all options. If that quote is still true to this day, regardless of all the guys that we've mentioned on this defensive line room, the Texans can still explore the options. And Jadeveon Clowney, why not? I
Why
mean, why
not?
not? I mean, even regardless, like you got Daniel Hunter, you got Waj, you got Darrell Taylor who you signed, you have Derek Barnett. To me, those are your starters and immediate backups. You got Danico Autry thrown in there. He's
Yeah.
a tweener. Jadeveon Clowney could be another tweener as well. Like you mentioned how good he was in the run. We saw it specifically in the system when we were running a 3-4. We saw him specifically lined up over guards, not as an edge guy. Like we saw him inside. He dominated.
Over
He
the
was very
center as
good
well.
at it. Yeah. Him and Merciless were wreaking havoc when JJ Watt was hurt. Them two was really doing their thing defensively. Also, shout out to AJ Bouye that was on the team too.
Hey.
But that team was fun. D'Amico Ryans lets his players play free. They have freedom in this defense. And Jadeveon Clowney, I think, would have some fun with D'Amico here.
Yeah, and this is a situation where you're not asking a lot from Jadavion. You're not asking him to be a starter. I would say he might be your first, player off the bench if you're asking, for your best pass rusher after Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. I would say it's, JD, because I think it was, I believe, 2 years ago when he was on the Baltimore Ravens,
Yep.
9.5, I think 10 sacks.
Yeah,
So
he had 9.5 2 years ago.
he is a pure pass rusher, can get to the quarterback. Like I said, he's dominant against the run. I would absolutely love this. Just imagine Will Anderson Jr. comes off for a couple of breaks and comes in Jadavion Clowney. Hey, Cody Rhodes finished his story. Kevin Garnett went back to Minnesota. LeBron went back to Cleveland. Jadavion, come back to Houston. Let's finish the story.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. I thought of a defensive line where you could have four, let's say, defensive ends on the line. You could
Mhm.
have a D line group out there in one down of Daniel Hunter, Danico Autry, Jadavian Clowney, and Will Anderson. That sounds scary.
Nasty.
That sounds fun. It sounds very much like the Carolina Panthers during their Super Bowl run with what's his name, Ron Rivera at head coach. Like they had a similar rotational defensive line like they do here in Houston, and he had specific subsets of four defensive ends. They called it their speed formation, and it was just four defensive ends on the D line, and it would create some havoc. As we know, that defense was
Mhm.
very good with Cam Newton going to the Super Bowl. So, man, it would be fun. Now, will it happen? No, I don't see it happening like
I
at
mean, yeah,
all.
I don't see it happening either,
Unfortunately.
unless it's just a camp body. But I'm pretty sure Nick Casario is going to be asked about JD pretty soon when he gets more uh, availability with the media. But I will absolutely love it. 90 is available. Hey, let's run it back, JD. Man, there was a time where I would message him on Instagram and he would just leave me on red and just never respond. And then
Oh wow.
the final message before he blocked me, I was like, "So you're just gonna read my messages and not respond?" Read it, blocked, dude. Shout out to JD Clown. I still love you, brother. Still love you. Um,
Lots of good memories.
Lots of great memories. But moving on, it was a very eventful day for the Houston Texans as it was day one of rookie mini camp. And what this tells me, Harley, is that we're back. Football is back. And before you know it, it's going to be OTAs, training camp, preseason. Then we're going to be here on Bleach Report talking about whoever the hell the Houston Texans are going to be playing week one. And speaking of that, I believe we're 10 days away from the NFL schedule being released. A lot of things are about to go down very soon. Football, Harley, would seem like after just a month and some change of a slow period, we ramped it back up.
Yeah, man. The Texans rookie mini camp started today. Lots of fun. Got some good stuff coming from it. Obviously, the overhyped, over exaggerated best time of the year for every Texan fan is, oh my God, what are the numbers?
Are you a numbers guy? Do you care?
As you can tell in my tone of voice there, absolutely not.
No.
I do not care about numbers.
I only care about ugly numbers.
I really don't care because everybody said, Will Anderson, why are you wearing 51? It's so ugly.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. And guess what? He's one of the top leader in jersey sales. You
Yeah, I
make
had
your
no
own
issue
number.
with 51 because of I don't know who came up with the nickname Area 51,
Yeah,
but
I remember
yeah.
saying it on our live stream one time.
Yeah, I don't know you came up with it, but I was all right. Yeah, he could keep it. He could keep it. Well, let's start and let's go ahead and do it in draft order, Harley. Um, In the second round, the Houston's took wide receiver Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State, 6'4", and what he is wearing is number 81. The last good Houston Texan in the number 81 was, I believe, tight end Owen Daniels. I hope Higgins lives up to the number. Excited and seeing him out there, dude, on the field, realizing like we are legit going to have 2 6'4" wide receivers on the outside. And one thing about the 80s, man, maybe I'm getting old, but I love me a good 80 wide receiver.
I'm the same way.
We're old,
Like
huh? We're old. We're old.
I
We're old.
guess so. Like it's because we still grew up in the time where 80s were thrown to your wide receivers, and I know this is more new with the single digit. That's more college football stuff for me, which I love. But to me, that's the reason why it's college. But whatever. I love 81. There's all time greats that worn 81, and that's why immediately I was happy to see actually. I like the classic
Man, we
number.
said
Terrell
83.
Owens, uh, Randy Moss is one of the 81s as well too. Terrell Owens, you had a lot of great 81s in the
Megatron.
past. Yeah, there you go. We had anyone that had 81 was like
Torrey
the
Holton.
best. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's many out there. I'm sure we can think of off the top of our
Harley
head.
Dugan.
Okay, well, oh, I try. I'll give you a
See,
route.
yeah, just one clean, and I love it. I have no issues, man. And what were your thoughts on him getting his contract fully guaranteed? Because now we see the Cleveland Browns fully guarantee their second round picks contract.
It was a matter of time before the NFL started doing this. The Houston Texans are the first team to do it. So,
How far do you
yeah,
think this goes? To what round?
I don't know if it goes
It
past
can't be
second
all
round.
seven, right?
No, never, never.
I was thinking three because that's really the days that we emphasize.
Yeah, right. Because we emphasize day one and day two. But I don't, man, that's tough to tell me a third round pick is fully guaranteed because it just that's
But even
that.
seconds, like first round pick,
Yeah, right.
I could understand.
Yeah,
Second
because
round, you're like, ooh, you must love
like
him.
the meaning and the connotation behind a first round pick is that guy's supposed to be an immediate starter for you.
I saw
So
Shiloh Sanders got a contract. I'm not sure that was real or not.
well he's with the Tampa Bay
Yeah, yeah,
Buccaneers.
yeah. I'm not sure. The length of it
I
was
don't
real.
I didn't even know he got signed, honestly,
Yeah,
until I saw him trending on the Buccaneers.
but moving on, your second selection in the second round was tackle Ariante Ursery out of Minnesota, number 79. Harley, who was the last good 79 on the Houston Texans?
Oh shoot. I didn't even look it up, so I don't know off the top of my head.
I
I'm
got
thinking, but I have no clue actually.
I got no clue, but one thing I will say though, Ariante Ursery is a behemoth of a man. And I love his quote today where he said, I'm gonna do what's best for the team. And man, Harley, I just feel like after the dust has settled, feel like he might find his way on this offensive line. Maybe he's too good. Maybe he really is one of the best five O linemen we got.
I mean, the opposite. I still think right tackle is more of a competition than left tackle, considering the money you gave to Cam Robinson. So we've said that might be the spot for him, even though we think Blake Fisher might take it. But who knows? If Ursery plays well enough and he is the guy for it, then who cares? Give me the
Yeah, who
best
cares?
guy. Give me the guy that wins at camp and put him out there as a starter.
Mm. Moving on. The Houston Texans had two selections in the third round. One of them on a wide receiver, double dipping at the position, double dipping out of the same college. They selected Jalen Noel out of Iowa State, number 82. He is rocking. Who was the last great 82 on this team?
um, I remember Deontay Johnson wore 82.
Hey, shout out to
The one I think of though is Billy Miller, tight end for the
Billy
Texans.
Miller.
The stretch for the Cowboys touchdown. Oh, Steven Sims wore 82 as well too.
Okay, shout out to
That's
Steven
right.
Sims. Other than
Billy
that,
Miller's the best one there.
Jalen, no, excited for you. Oh, your thoughts on him saying he could do, pretty much anything you wanted to do on special teams. Would you want to see him out there on special teams? Because, a couple years ago with Tank Dell, him coming out, him being a third rounder, we were like, only put him back there in situations where you need a big play. With no, I feel like I could say this might be, like one of your full time returners.
Yeah, with Tank, you were a little bit. I think you were more just precautious with Tank because of the size and weight
Yeah.
compared to Jalen Noel, who actually came in listed at 5'11", 201. At the combine, he was around, I believe it was 194. So, given that he's gained maybe a good 10 pounds right there, it's not bad. Almost 10 pounds. So, I mean, whatever you want to speculate. But yeah, Noel as a special teams guy, I gotta look it up because he was co-Big 12 special team player of the year.
Mm.
But and
But
I didn't know this until I was listening to 610, and they didn't know either until they looked it up. 5 muffed punts.
ooh,
That's not what I like to hear.
never
For
mind. Keep him away.
and and now he's at Iowa State. I don't know how the weather was. Big Ten, there's some crazy weather there because all of them have open stadiums basically.
Maybe they all
No,
happen in
he's
one
in the
game.
no, he's in the Big 12. Excuse me, I'm thinking Iowa. Um, hmm, we'll see. I have to dissect where these 5 muff punts came from because if he's playing in some crazy tundra, then I could see why. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, nonetheless, Jalen, no, we wish you the very best. Make number 82 proud. Moving
Mm.
on, your second selection in the third round, the Houston Texans went with Jalen Smith, cornerback out of USC. He is rocking number 30. Is this Kevin Johnson right here?
Oh yeah, I believe so. Actually, I believe that is Kevin Johnson. That's a good
Kevin
pull. I didn't even
Johnson.
think of Kevin Johnson. I went old school again.
Where'd you go?
Uh, when I thought 80-30, I went, "Ah, man, not Amon Green, not Amon Green, man, not Amon Green. That was early childhood. Like I hate this guy. That was the first one of I don't like this player, Dad. He's not playing good.
He sucks.
Yeah, that was the first words uttered. But besides him and like Corey Bradford, but
Mm.
that's besides the point.
Moving on in the fourth round, the Houston Texans selected a running back Woody Marks out of USC, and he gets number 27. Is 27 Quentin Demps here?
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Good years with Quentin Demps too, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
like five
yeah, that's a
interception
good one.
seasons,
Yeah,
all of them
I
against
couldn't.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anybody. I thought of. I was trying to think a running back that we had with 27, and we had Deontay Foreman here
I
that
was
rocked
just about to
27.
say the ghost of Deontay Foreman.
So man, and we never got to see it play out here in Houston. And then Bill O'Brien put him in the doghouse. And as we know, when you're in Bill O'Brien's doghouse,
There
you
ain't
might
good.
as well put the death nail in your career for the Texans.
Mm. Moving on, the Houston Texans in the fifth round had two selections. One of them, Jaden Reed,
Mhm.
defensive back out of Penn State. He is rocking number 34. Is this AJ Boye?
Yeah, it's is it before he changed? Because didn't Bouye change his number?
Yeah,
What
he
was
had
it?
like three numbers. I think he had
Yeah,
34, 21, and I think 36, something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember 21. That's the one I was referencing. But yeah, I remember I remember him as 34. Yeah, that's who I thought of. I couldn't think of anything else. You know what's funny is 34 was also John Reed.
Oh, hey,
That's funny.
John Reed, for
Oh,
those who
oh, Tyler Irvin. I just thought about that.
Tyler Irving. Man, when? We had some pretty good mid backs, huh?
I guess so. Tyler Irvin was okay.
Who
I
was
think he
another
got
mid?
better when he left.
Who was another mid back we had that lasted a very long time? I don't know if you
And
know if you remember this name, Sherrick McManus.
yeah, the cornerback.
He lasted like 10 years.
Yeah, he was here for quite some time. Oh,
Um,
McManus, yeah. Yeah, he was here for quite some time actually.
what other mid back did we have that I liked that you liked?
Oh, I mean, there's plenty. You had Alfred Blue, you know.
You're a Rex
Oh,
Burkhead guy.
no. Absolutely not. I am nobody in that era, guy.
Oh, Danny Amendola.
I am nobody in that era.
Moving on, the Houston Texans had another draft pick in the fifth round, and it was quarterback Graham Mertz, rocking number 18. Is this Case Keenum, Cecil Shorts?
Yeah. Maybe it's Peyton Manning. Who knows?
Maybe it's Peyton Manning. Uh,
Yeah, it's Keenum. Keenum
should have
wore
been Peyton
just wore
Manning.
18. What's that?
Said should have been Peyton Manning.
Yeah, well, we're not getting there.
Man,
That's not the topic today.
what could have? I still think about that, bro. Absolutely insane. And then the Houston Texans had two seventh round selections. One of them, Keontae Hamilton, defensive tackle out of Rutgers. He is rocking number 94. And I immediately go to the Ninja, Antonio Smith, who
Hmm.
was a Pro Bowler in that number. So, a lot of shoes to fill, Keontae Hamilton. Shout out to the Ninja, Harley.
Shout out to Antonio Smith. Loved him. Loved the personality.
I wonder what was the two-time Pro Bowler with us?
Antonio, I believe so. He
And
was solid, man.
he didn't even get like 10 sacks. He had like eight, eight and a half.
Yeah,
But
he was just a good football player, just consistent and good.
the Ninja.
Yep.
And then last but not least, the Houston Texans selected a tight end in the seventh round out of Iowa, Luke Lacey, and he rocks number 42. Who is 42 in
And
previous Houston
probably
Texans years?
probably somebody. Oh, I know who's 42. A damn good one. Marcus Coleman, OG
Okay.
Texan. OG Texan right there. Marcus Coleman. Shout out to him. Yeah. Wow, I didn't think about him. But someone was 42 last year. And I don't remember, but someone was 42 last year. It was a running back. I don't know
Mm.
if it was British Brooks. I could be wrong about
That's
that.
immediately who I went to, but he finished with 44, I
Oh,
believe.
that's right. I don't remember. I knew there was somebody with 42 because we were like, ew, it looked ugly. It still
Yeah.
looks ugly. Looks ugly on a tight end specifically.
Who was the other tight end that was next to him?
Max Sharp, undrafted tight end from Texas Tech. He's 6'9", 270. I mean, he's an absolute monster. I'm looking practice squad. He was a blocking tight end at T Tech. He had no more than like 20 catches his previous year.
Uh-huh.
But, guy that's, because of his height, he's utilized in the red zone a lot, utilized for blocking. Who knows? Nick Cage's tight ends coach. We'll see.
He loves tight ends.
That's all he said. That's it.
That's all he said in his press conference, ladies and gentlemen, was that he loves tight ends and left. Well, that wraps it up. That is the 2025. Oh wait, do you want to look at some of the undrafted guys or not? I don't even
Which
have the
one
first.
sticked out to you the most? I was upset with Luke Lacey because, buddy, you picked 42 and you let an undrafted wide receiver from
Get
Minnesota
85.
take 85 from you? You really?
85's tough.
85 is tough. Like, come on, Lacey. You had 85 right there. 85's who? James Casey?
Yeah.
My
Who's that center that
goodness.
we got? Where's he from?
Oh, Eli Cox. He had 65.
Okay, where's he like college wise?
Oh, Kentucky. He was a two-time All SEC center. The Texans gave him the most money out of the undrafted guys, so they got some value in him. He's 24 years old. Yeah, well, he was in college for I believe 5 years, um, but he has some good stuff. He had the best NFL combine in terms of all of the interior offensive linemen. So it makes you wonder, okay, so he's highly athletic, but why was he still an undrafted?
Got yeah.
So he's got the tools. It's going to be a project with him if he ever turns out to be anything.
Well, one thing also for sure is these are not final because we still got to get
Yeah.
through OTAs, training camp, and then at the end of the day, the roster needs to be trimmed down to 53. So maybe these numbers will be different. But, you know, other than Luke Lacey's number, I'm not too mad about. Harley, the Houston Texans, day one of rookie mini camp came and went. Your final thoughts on the day?
Woody Marks is a lot bigger than initially people thought.
Dude, he looks like a solid.
Yeah, he just looks like solidly built back. So he looked good out there with the 27. Like seeing that as well too. But yeah, I'm excited. Jaden Higgins was very interesting to see because you're like, oh, he's 6'4". Yeah, you compare him with Nico Collins, and then you actually see it,
And you're
and
like,
you're like,
damn.
wow, this dude is 6'4", and you're gonna pair him with Nico Collins. So I don't try to get too over excited about running around with some air. So we'll see how it goes. To me, the worst part of today was Greg Bailey's tweet
Ooh.
that said that the Houston Texans rookies are ready to roll and they think the Heat is overrated.
I
Just
saw that. I'm like, they're not ready for. Well, okay, so when really does day one start of training camp?
oh man, I mean, you will have voluntary, some voluntary stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of like I know there's open to the public, but it's like a few days before open to the public when Minicamp gets going. That's kind of like when you really start. Okay, we're really doing our thing, getting a lot of practices in. Where we're actually building a sweat, and we're going maybe 70%, right? Um, so to me, that's kind of when it starts.
Yeah.
OTAs is a good start point as well too. So
No, those boys
you
are gonna
know,
find out quick how hot it gets during the summer.
yeah, man, give it. I was gonna say like give it to June or July. Man, just give it a few more weeks.
I know Harley's gonna be. You thought this this heat was sweet, huh?
Oh yeah, You know I'm about to talk some noise.
Harley's
Think
the
this
worst person to sit next to, you
you think
guys.
this
Like,
think this heat was sweet, huh? You from Iowa State, boy? You think this is sweet?
well,
99.
101. Imagine.
Eesh. The humidity. Woo,
Oh,
that's what's worse. Is the humidity.
we've
Oh
been in
boy.
training camp lines that were 100. Man, remember we went during the record week? We was like
Yep.
103 outside.
Yeah, that one was tough. That was a few times where me and you just both tagged in and out of the line to go get some water and stuff.
We tagged to go get some water. We were like, hey, go in the car, go get some AC.
Yeah.
And then we were at a training camp where we just couldn't get the rain off us.
That one was unfortunate there.
I don't
Uh,
know
I'll
which one was
take
worse.
I'll take heat over rain any day. I'll take heat over rain. I was born in August, so I'm used to the heat, man. I'm
Fair.
used to it.
For
You
more
know.
Houston Texans content, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what to do. Feel free to come here on Monday, 6 o'clock sharp. Me and Harley, thankful to be here on the Bleacher Report app talking about some content. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week. Do us all a favor. Have a very, very blessed day.